on their gender, race, skin, no matter what, you're always making sure that you accept everybody.
I have a personal connection. I actually have my cousin who 3 years ago was involved in a skiing accident. So she was 25 at the time. She was like party animal, outgoing, got into this accident and has brain damage, is paralyzed on one side. She's been making progress, but one thing for inclusion that I can relate to the most is making her feel like her life hasn't changed. So I think just treating people the way you would treat anybody else is what inclusion should really be all about, making them feel good about themselves and finding their strengths the way you would with anybody else.
Transit.
Immediately I think of, like, in restaurants, if you're blind or visually impaired or in a wheelchair, you might not be able to read the menu, and they don't often have Braille, and if you're in a wheelchair, the table height is often too low or too high, so that doesn't always work out well for people with those disabilities.
So because my mom is schizophrenic, it's one of those sort of disabilities that people don't see, and so I think we just need to be more courteous that when we're talking to people and we're speaking with people and communicating with others, if we see something that's a little different, then we take a step back and take a second to assess the situation and make sure we're not, accusing anybody of anything or treating anybody ignorantly, and just, taking a second to press pause and understand what's going on.
Well, I have an aunt who has a disability, and just from talking with her, I think one of the main barriers would just be people's own biases and their own kind of like misunderstandings of what a person with disability in all sense of the word can do and what they cannot do, and just how with their own conceptions we kind of support certain barriers.
I think that empathy really fosters inclusion, and just getting to know people on a more personal level, like regardless of any of the differences that they may have, so you can see beyond those. And then also just doing your own research and making sure that you're understanding everything that goes into either like their disability or whatever situation that they may be coming from, and how those barriers can affect their lives. And then bringing that into how you interact with them, and making sure that they're comfortable with how you're building your relationship with them every step of the way.